I'm early. I decided to hit go live early just to see who might join us before I hop into what I'm going to talk about. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be spending Friday nights with everyone that gets to hop on, catch it while I'm here or catch it later. I want to thank the lovers out there that have reached out and appreciated and said they've appreciated the series that I just finished, the I Love Me Sundays. And then now this is a continuation, but rather than calling it I Love Me Sundays, I'm just saying I Love Me series. And it's basically variations of things about loving ourselves. You know, I would still have an inability to express myself if it weren't for having some self-love for myself. It has become, I won't say easy, but it has become simpler to state my truth. The more that I've come to love myself, the more I love myself, the less likely I am allowing anyone to be within my world or my personal space that does not respect me or love me. And so that has a lot to do with one of the reasons why I wanted to share those experiences with the lovers out there in the world, the humans that are out there in the world, anyone who may be having, to try to figure out how to navigate through that in this world that we live in. So, the I Love Me, Let's Talk About Sex series is basically a very simple thing. It is a series of topics that I'm going to share about that can inhibit or prevent someone from allowing sex to happen or a relationship to happen or getting close to someone, intimacy. The people that we come across in our lives often have a plethora of things that they've experienced long before they've met us. And I was definitely one of those people that had, and I didn't know how to articulate to potential lovers or potential partners. I didn't know how to articulate anything, and so I had to learn. And I'm not an expert. So if you're watching now or later, please know, not an expert at this. So the first thing I'm going to talk about in wanting to broach this subject of particularly intimacy, for as many of you know, for the last year or so, we've lived in a world where we've needed to maintain social distancing. We've had to back off from a lot of physical touch and intimacy. We are, God willing, going to continue to return to a world where we can be around people, have more interaction with people, have more physical touch with people. And so what came up for me is hugging. And I found this really cool, cute little right, like that hug when we bring our family or bring our loved one in, and we get that wonderful hug. So I love that. So that was a quick hug. That is not as good as it gets. Okay, but so many of us have missed that. So many of us. I have one of my meditations that I did. I don't think I've done it as part of the series, but it's called Go Hug Yourself. And it's about self-hugging. But this particular right now, I want to talk to my lovers out there that have potentially suffered from some kind of abuse, some kind of PTSD, assault. You're a survivor. And if you know me, you know I love you. I love everyone, to be honest. However, for those of us that have, being touched, it can be as detrimental as the experience of whatever it was that we went through. Especially if we haven't done any work, especially for me, before I did the soul level healing work that I've done, and And even now, even with the work I have done, which is why I'm doing this, I got to be around people and be around some family and be around a lot of people that I love. And I got to do a lot of hugging, probably overhugged. I was probably obnoxiously hugging. So, of course, like everything, I am the student. I will go looking and hunting and saying, okay, I want more information on this. I want more information on this. So I come across this word and I love it. But of course, depending on who you believe, whether you believe one website as opposed to another, it's either pronounced Proxemics or Proxemics. So anyway, this is the noun. This is the definition that I found. It is the branch of knowledge that deals with the amount of space that people feel it necessary to set between themselves and others. That space that will keep us set apart in a safe zone, a safe place. There's 4. Let me play the other part of this video. So when I found this, it was cool. So it's like this mix match thing where it wants you to put the picture with the zone. And I was laughing when I was doing this earlier, and this is online. You can Google it. I was laughing because I am totally I'm C. Like, I want to be in C for everything, for everyone, in all scenarios. Stay over there, over there. C is perfect for me. A and B is okay. Like, okay, all right, maybe I can do B. A, now you're starting to make me nervous. That's my reaction to A. D is like, like, even with all of the work I've done, even with the years of serious work I have done on the things that were done to me as a little girl and done to me as a woman, D is one that will automatically get me. And so that has everything to do with why I wanted to do this, this talk. So I'm going to primarily talk about the intimate and personal. So D is intimate, and I looked this up. Intimate distance is that which is used for very confidential communications. This zone of distance is characterized by 0 to 2 feet of space between 2 individuals. Okay. And then I found another thing that says the intimate zone, the first zone, is the short space, or the intimate zone, which ranges from physical contact to 18 inches. So again, well, what is it? Is it 18? Is it 2 feet? I mean, I don't know. Like, don't make me do math. So for me, I'm not even going to talk about C and B, because C and B, which is social and public, again, that's where I'd prefer to stay. However, I want to be in a healthier place, and I want to be healthier, and I don't necessarily want people to come around and get all in my business without permission. Never without permission. However, I do want to be able to hug people and be intimate with people and love on people without feeling so squirmy, if that's the right word for it. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. I'm going to talk about personal space for just a second. Personal space was that A. This is personal space, usually between 1 and 4 feet. This is the best distance to create rapport and build relationships. Okay, so A and A and A. I'm okay with A. I can buy into A. But still, A doesn't give them enough space. It doesn't get them close enough to hug me. I've still, So what do I do with this that's between my ears and the things that I have to contend with in my life as a survivor, when I'm working with mentors or when I'm working with others that have gone through some of the same things? Of course, I don't work with anyone that I haven't suggested that they go to a therapist. They have to, I always stress that I am not a therapist. I am absolutely here as a spiritual guide, a spiritual person who hopefully can give them some comfort in a moment or in time, until they can get the treatment that they may need, like I did. So what do I do? How do I explain to anyone, for me, what my safe zone is? What is that for me? And maybe someone watching will identify, maybe someone won't. So let me play the rest of it. Okay, so this is a picture that I picked it because it depicts this woman with her arms out. They're outstretched, and they're not even straight outstretched. One of them is kind of a bent elbow. This, for me, is anything from those fingertips in, that's too close for me. That is what I look at when I think of my safe zone, when I think of my intimate zone, when I think of what makes me feel comfortable. That's my space. That's my personal space. So, internet has a million different things. It says a whole bunch of things, inches, feet, and, names, intimate, personal. What I usually suggest to anyone I'm working with is the same thing that worked for me, which was to identify a visual. I needed to identify a visual of what that space looked like. And so for me, it's from those fingertips to my torso. That's safe for me. So for anyone coming into that place of space for me would need to have permission. And when I say that, I don't mean, okay, maybe iffy, wishy-washy. No. You need to have permission. It's not okay to come into that space for me. And I would even go so far to say you shouldn't really go into that space for anyone without permission. That includes touching them on the arm. That includes, touching them on the back, brushing up against them, standing too close in a line. And it's, the timing of this is, part of it is that honestly, I liked the fact that there were lines on the stores that kept people 6 feet away from me, because I have felt people stood too close to me for a very long time. So that was part of why I wanted to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and take that away and just finish this up, and with a few little things I wanted to talk about. So going back to your own personal space, what makes you feel comfortable? What's too close? I am actively, that's the word, actively striving to get to more of a place of ability to have that closeness and those hugs and that love with my loved ones that I do feel safe with. Those people that they know who they are, trust me. As well as continuing forward in my world to continue carrying this message to whoever may be challenged by the same thing and in having to navigate through the same kind of thing. So we talked about the zones. I suggest you go, do the same thing I did. Go Google it, go look it up. If that is a real big thing, the whole being touched, hugged, whatever, do what you need to do, boo, to feel safe. Do you. You know that if you watched any of my videos, I'm going to say that. Go do you. However, I will say, like, even for myself, I do want to get to that place where I can be intimate and not be so cringy about it, or be so, oh my God, he's touching me, or she wants to hug me. Oh my God. I'm working towards that. Yay. And real quick, I have to tell you guys this really funny story, and then I'm going to log off. I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 3. It's been a while. It's been too long. Between last year, it getting canceled and stuff. I volunteered to work the suicide prevention booth at Gay Pride, and I show up. And I'm ready. I'm ready to work. Or volunteer. I'm ready to do whatever they're going to do. I'm like, put me to work, man. I'm here. I want to help people want to live today. I want to help people choose life today. And my friends, I get handed this sign to hold that says free hugs. And I proceeded to hold a sign that said free hugs all day. And I'm not a hugger, don't you know? And I have to tell you, I loved so many people that day. I hugged so many people that day. I really, I don't know that I would have the emotional energy vibe thing to do that every single day. However, I do know that one of my biggest anticipations for this world shifting back to what it used to be, where we could be out with our loved ones and people, I do want to get back to that. I want to get back to being of service in the community, where I can be with people to try to hopefully reach as many human souls out there as possible. And as I said before, and I will say it again because I don't think it's said enough, you matter. And there's absolute purpose for you on this side of the dirt today. You're on this side of the dirt today, darling. So everything is gravy. It's a big cherry on this beautiful, wonderful Sunday that we just get to sit back and eat. So with that, I hope you hug yourself and maybe go hug a bunch of people today. Ask for permission first, though. I'm just saying. Some of us are going to make you ask for permission. Some might not. I've tried to, oh, one last thing, and I promise I'm off. I'm really, really trying to work on the not giving permission without being rude. And that will continue to be a growing progress thing for me. So have a great evening, everyone. And thank you so much for hopping on, and mwah, night, lovers.